Oh, and what do you look for when choosing a moderator, or what influenced you to choose your current moderators?
Yeah. We have a Google form that we open up pretty much once every year. It includes information such as what time zone are you based in. It's good to know a rough age range, so we also have that in there as well. What past moderation experience do you have? I also list, and this goes back to having a consistent stream schedule, I list all of the times that my moderators could expect me to be live on, and then ask how many of those would they be able to fulfill. I also include as a caveat in that question, please don't select all of these because we're looking for a sort of dedicated moderator, not like an obsessed one that is going to be at every single stream and is constantly monitoring everything. I'm not looking for total devotion. I'm looking for a volunteer who is willing to keep the community safe. That's some of the questions that are in the Google form. We also open up, I basically screen all of those results and then I open it up to the moderators and get some of their thoughts on what do they think about certain answers. What would they be like? Only they know, kind of boots on the ground, what they might be missing in terms of like time zone or what streams could be covered. I can't be everywhere at once when it comes to the moderation team, so asking for their input can be really helpful. And then finally, I'm the one that sends out all of the final decisions and recruits all the people. And it's always a very exciting day getting a bunch of new people in each year to kind of freshen the team up.
I think that's a great idea. I really like your use of using a Google form, asking questions that are relevant to you and your stream, as well as letting people know kind of what to expect. I think that's a big part of having success with a moderator is people only know what they know, right? And so it's best not to ever make an assumption. And it's okay if you assumed that your mod would know something they don't, or you assumed they would react a certain way and then they didn't. Communication is definitely key to having a solid moderation team and one that you connect with. I know in my Discord, I have a hidden channel and it's just all my mods and I, and sometimes they write me to-do lists in there, and that's just a helpful thing. Sometimes I want to provide feedback, or we're launching something new. Maybe we have a sponsored stream and there's something I'd like them to communicate more. Those are all ways that you can lean on your moderation team. And just remember, on the flip side of that your mods values also shape conversations and affect your community's growth, and they can be there positively, but they can also be there negatively. So don't be afraid to connect with your moderators on a deeper level and let them know what you're looking for and what you'd like. And if you disagree on something, that's okay. That's normal. It's normal for people to disagree on things. It's important that we use those opportunities to talk to people, and it's okay to do that. A few other levers of additional support that we have are editors, VIP, and artists. So VIP in your channel will get a little diamond badge next to their name, and they will kind of stand out. You can also recognize your artist. Maybe they've done some of your channel work, your overlays, or your emotes. We can recognize them that way as well. And we can also have people as an editor who can adjust maybe your stream title, the tags, the category, that type of thing. And they can also lend a hand, which is very essential when you are about to die in a game, or you've got your hands busy, or you're running a really rad charity stream. AutoMod is awesome. It is awesome. It is a moderation tool that identifies and blocks potentially inappropriate or harassing content from appearing in chat by holding messages for review first. So there are 4 levels of AutoMod, and they go from no filter all the way up to really high filters. And there are a variety of different filters as well, which is great. So there's everything from discrimination to inappropriate content and hostility. And they even have this cute little thing on the side where it's like a test setting, and you can type something nefarious into the box and see what will happen, if it'll make it through. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Owen, if you utilize AutoMod. I know you mentioned as well that you are a stream that anyone is welcome to, of all ages. And so I can imagine that leaning on AutoMod to make sure that the content in your chat matches the content that you'd like to produce is definitely a way that you utilize that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as an aside, I didn't realize that there was a test setting button. That's really helpful. This is the kind of thing that I mean. Sometimes Twitch adds things and it goes over my head because I'm too focused in on the stream or the game. So I'm going to be checking that out later. That as a PG family friendly streamer, we do have these kind of cranked up a little bit higher than I think a lot of the other people in the MCYT space might. It's the first line of defense. The moderators are always there in every stream. I'm very blessed to be able to have as many people who are constantly monitoring the chat and the in general community. But I don't want them to have to constantly sort of chase a message as it kind of goes up the screen to remove it or warn the person or ban them or time them out. And auto moderation comes in super handy there, basically to just as a blanket filter most of the things that need to be caught out. Sometimes there might be some false positives, in which case that's the great opportunity to have a moderator come in and sort of be like, oh, sorry, you kind of erroneously got flagged there because you didn't put a space after the period and the auto moderation thought that it was a link or for something like that. Otherwise, if there is a like false negative and something kind of slips through the net, that's when your actual human moderators can come in and sort of clean up whatever kind of gets through. But having that auto moderation means that you're not going to be wasting a lot of the moderator's time catching things that otherwise could have been caught by the auto mod.
Absolutely. And it has this great feature where if it's not sure, right, or it's going to flag, AutoMod will hold the message, right? And then your moderators or you can let them through. But the one thing you should know is that once you click permit, it kind of adds that term to a permitted thing. So you might allow someone to say something one time, but then you might not want someone else to say that. And so if you do permit a term and you don't want it permitted in the future, make sure you undo that. Okay. So just
Absolutely.
just keep that in mind. A little tip: if you're in trouble, if you ever find yourself in trouble while you're live on stream, we have something that you can activate in the bottom right corner, and it is called Shield Mode, and it is a tool to preset powerful safety settings, and it can be quickly activated to stop hateful messages from being spammed in your chat, and it can instantly ban harassers. So you can set a few modes ahead of time on who can chat and interact, and those can also be adjusted on the fly. So if you ever find yourself in trouble, please lean into your shield mode and know that there are tools that can assist you with what's going on in your channel should you need that. And also, if someone is doing something and it's a violation of the TOS or our guidelines or it's bad behavior, you should report it. Please report it. Okay, Twitch reviews all reports and it helps make a safe space for everyone. So if you see something stinky going on, make sure you shout it out and let us know so that we can take care of it. More information on mods, moderation, reporting, the Safety Center, all of those things can be found in Twitch's Safety Center. And Twitch's Safety Center is your one-stop shop for information about keeping you and your community safe. And there are detailed information about our community guidelines, account security, moderation tools, and everything else that you could possibly need. So if you would like to learn a little bit more, please do check out Twitch's Safety Center so that we can play a role in keeping you safe.